So today we're going to be changing the brake pads on a 2007 Honda Accord. Like I said before, if you don't know how to take a wheel off, this probably ain't for you. Make sure to open up the brake container or the fluid container, so when you push the fluid back, you're not putting pressure on the master cylinder. All right, so to loosen up these bolts, it's gonna be a 12 millimeter back here. To get those, I've already I'll loosen one up. So just so you can see what I'm loosening up, that's the top, there's the bottom. Once those are loose, the caliper should come off pretty easily. So you got these little clips that goes inside the pads, and it's basically, when your foot's not on the brake pedal, it just basically open the pads up so they're not rubbing against the rotor all the time. And these are down just a little bit. So just how there's holes in the brake pads, and they fit in there just like that. And the bottom one goes in there, and I'm going to show you how to close the caliper as I get everything replaced. So now I'm pull off all the old hardware. Always sit the caliper out of the way, someplace safe, so you're not, so it's not hanging from this brake line. And here's the new hardware here. One for the bottom. In this set, there's two different size pieces for the hardware. So one has a bigger gap. You just have to make sure you size it right, or use the old one to compare. Yep, see, that one's not the right size. All right, cool. That one got a smaller gap, which fits this car. Got that in there. So on these brake pads, there's two different ones. This is for the piston from the caliper to push into, so this one will go on the inside, and this one here goes on the outside. And see, the one on the inside has a little alarm to let you know when the pad's low. That always go on the inside because you can't see on the inside. Depending on the rotors, a lot of times you can see on the outside if the pad is low or not. So I got my master cylinder open, and now I'm going to push this caliper back in, the caliper piston. So just take the old pad, and just screw this until the piston is all the way backed out or backed in, whichever you prefer. Oh, you can't see. Move this up so you can see. Sorry about that. Once you can't screw it in anymore, you're finished. So I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna put these little metal springs in. Well, one thing before we do that, always gotta grease the guide pins. When it's cold, sometimes they come out a little difficult. It don't take much grease, just a dab will do. When you reinstall the pins, just make sure the rubber boot is seated all the way on the pin. Wipe off the excess. Now we can install springs. This is the top one. And the bottom one, you're gonna have to hold it together. They look weak, but it's actually a lot of pressure. And always make sure the brake line is in the right direction. So you reinstall the two 12 millimeter bolts. And after that, you're done. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.